Here's your Storm Track 7 forecast.
Good Monday morning. I'm Storm Track 7 meteorologist Brandon Libby. We have a Storm Track 7 yellow alert day for tomorrow. We've had it out since about the middle to end of last week, and it still looks to be on track. Some storms will be likely, some of which strong to severe. And on top of that, the non-thunderstorm wind gusts could be as high as 45 miles per hour. This will be an area-wide issue with the storms especially coming throughout the afternoon hours of tomorrow. So here's a look at the system today. It's going to be more focused over Nebraska and Kansas, a level 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather there, as the warm front is going to be basically draped across southwestern Iowa. Now for us, it's going to be a beautiful day today, but by tonight, some storms may leak into our western counties, some of which will have a low-end threat for some large hail. That's really the only threat for severe weather for us here tonight. And then into tomorrow, that system will be more focused over eastern Iowa. The warm front will be lifting through. So for us, it's going to be a level 3 out of 5 risk for severe weather, 5 being the highest. That level 3 in our southern counties, about areas along and south of Highway 30. Basically a level 2 out of 5 for everyone else. And it's going to be all modes of severe weather here. We're talking the main threats being some tornadoes, some very large hail, but there will also be a damaging wind threat and also a localized flash flooding threat, as we could see about 1 to 2 inches of rain across the area. Localized amounts up to 2.5 inches as these storms work their way through. So let's go through future track. Today looking beautiful. I mean, we're going to see plenty of sunshine, but as you work your way past midnight, that's when some of these storms will likely start to push into our viewing area. We could see them as late as about daybreak tomorrow. And again, mainly in our western counties. Some of these storms, heavy rain and some small to maybe some large hail. But that looks to clear out here about the mid-morning hours. From there, this pocket of quiet weather is where things will destabilize. The warm front's going to be lifting through, again, up to about Highway 30. Dew points will climb to the 50s, if not the 60s. You can have temperatures into the 60s and 70s. And if we can get some pockets of sunshine especially, you'll see that instability climbing, and that's going to set the stage for the second round of storms, which the data tells us right now it's probably going to come through as some kind of a line, or at least a broken line of storms. Now within that line, you could have some embedded supercells. Supercells are storms that are rotating, which obviously makes severe weather a little more favorable. We'll likely see this damaging line making its way through early afternoon. So into our western counties about noon to 1 p.m. This will move from southwest to northeast as we go through the early to mid-afternoon. So you see the purples and the dark reds indicating the heavy rainfall and the highest threat for the winds, the hail, and then I think the highest tornado threat probably in our southern counties underneath that warm front. But all modes possible with this line working its way through. That initial line sweeps through everybody by about 4 or 5 p.m., but there could be some additional redevelopment on the backside of that line. These will probably be a little more individualized, but could grow into another line, or at least broken line of storms, which also could contain some severe weather. And that will be the case through the evening commute up until about 9 or 10 p.m. Once we're past that, the sun goes down, we lose a lot of the energy out there, and we'll likely still have some scattered showers and non-severe storms, but the severe threat should close after about 10 p.m. Other than that, you'll have some rain on and off throughout the day on Wednesday, and then another batch of rain on the way for Thursday. Now today, beautiful and quiet. Looking at high temperature 70s to low 80s. Winds will be picking up from the southeast, gusts up to 25 for today, and then up to about 35 for tonight. So it does get windy tonight, with lows down to about the upper 40s to mid 50s. 40% chance for storms in our western counties. Again, a low-end threat for some hail there. And then as you work your way through tomorrow, it's a 100% chance for storms. So everybody will see rain. Again, could be 1 to 2 inches of it. And then, of course, the chance for strong to severe storms looks pretty good here, but will come down to the instability that we build throughout the mid to late morning hours. If you have rain continuing all morning, the severe threat would go down, but right now still a pretty decent shot for it. Temperatures 60s and 70s for tomorrow, and it will likely feel a little bit humid. And again, outside of the thunderstorms, you have gusts that could be as high as 45 miles per hour. So once we get on the other side of the system, still chances for rain into Wednesday, highs will be in the low to mid 60s. And we have another little batch of rain on the way for Thursday, but by that point, highs are in the mid 50s, and we're going to struggle a little bit temperature-wise through the weekend. Even with partly cloudy skies, highs look to stay in the 50s. You have some freezing temperatures for lows over the weekend as well. And then it looks like we'll warm up into next week with what could be more rain.